Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is my B rank run on the hardest difficulty with Blaze. I've always enjoyed playing with this character. This is my main in Streets of Rage 2. I didn't really play Streets of Rage 3, but man, that soundtrack is not very good, is it? I'm sure it's a fine game, judging on the Streets of Rage 3 characters that are present in this game. They're pretty fun. They play a lot differently than the other characters that are available. That's cool. But yeah, this is not a perfect run by any means. I just kind of woke up a few days ago and was like, I'm gonna record this run. No practice. I think I recorded the first half of the first level just to make sure that my video quality looks alright, because I'm working with some new settings here. But given that it's a recording of a recording, it is going to suffer a bit in picture, but that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. That being said, this game's really fun. I did not think I would be able to do this run, to be honest. I thought I would never be able to beat Mania Plus after they did the update that made the game even harder. But now I can just do it with zero practice. That being said, this run is a bit of a nail biter. Pretty close. How close exactly? Well, you'll just have to find out by skipping to the end of the video. But anyway, pretty standard stuff here. It's the first level. It's not very hard. If you lose a life on the first level, probably need to practice a little more. Yeah, there's the classic combo. Oh, I didn't finish it there, but you can do that loop 3 different times. Yeah, I'm getting hit quite a bit here. It is very possible to do a full combo on this level. It's not too hard. I've never done it because I haven't practiced that much, but that's the thing, is there's a lot of room for improvement here, so I can definitely land an A rank eventually if I practice enough, but we'll probably see that sometime in 2024 if I keep playing. That being said, Streets of Rage 2 is going to come out soon, so I'll be running that game, but it's still very much in the pre-alpha stage currently. I actually just signed up to potentially be a playtester for that game. Hopefully I get it. I think I have a pretty compelling argument for why I should be the guy to get to play. I'm like a top runner in that game, pretty much. I have a few world records in that game. Not the biggest world record, because robot speedruns are kind of boring. Should probably turn off the notifications on my phone, huh? That would be preferable. Alright, I think I dropped my combo here at the very end. I feel like I'm very wishy-washy when it comes to how I feel about this game's combo system. It feels very unfair sometimes, because like I have this huge combo that's probably worth about 6,000-7,000 points at this point, but if I get hit once, it's over. I'm pretty sure I do get hit here, if I remember correctly. I think I get hit by this pipe guy, yeah. Yeah, it's a little tricky. I should have done a side special there, because a lot of range, invincibility, just like that right there. So it's your best bet when it comes to dealing with the Donovans swinging on you, or the what would I want to nickname these guys? I don't want to call them like the black guys or anything like that. Maybe I call them the chain dudes, because they wear baggy pants and chains. I don't have names for all the different characters. I got drop kick girls, because they drop kick and they slap you, and that's all they do. Then you got these normies, the grunts. Don't even know what you would call these guys. The Galcias. You just call them by the most bottom rank, I guess. You got the Muay Thai guys. Maybe you could call them the Bird Boys if you're feeling a little crazy that day. Nice little sody pop. I'm gonna set this not on my desk so I don't make noise every time I do it. Yeah, that's preferable. Yep, we're doing a post-commentary video My my friend was like, "What is this? 2012?" I mean, I guess he's got a point, but I just didn't want to do a commentary live while trying to play this game. This game is not easy, but next time I'll probably do that if I try to go for a on-camera A-rank run, just because it'll be a lot more enjoyable, because I'll be like, oh my god, that was so clutch. I'm so good at the game. Yeah, kind of beefed that one. Probably would have been fine had I just been doing the normal punch, but I think I finished the combo there. That's why I got hit. Yeah, this fight's not too hard. It's a little tricky if you're newer to it, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun, and you can get a lot of points by doing this one. Especially if you learn how to control them by making sure that you knock them down constantly. Make sure they don't do their stupid telekinesis move. Not that you have very much choice if they decide to do it. Like right there wasn't too much you could do except hit him as he was coming down. Yeah, this boomerang guy is a little tricky, but so long as you destroy the arcade machines that spawn like near the end of the encounter, it becomes a lot easier because you can just fight them one-on-one. This guy is a pain when you have to fight the other two Kobos at the same time. But he's very easy to beat by himself, especially since you can just throw something at him and he'll be stuck in the animation where he catches for a short period of time. And if he catches a pipe, then he'll just drop it because it's like incompatible with that particular enemy. Same thing with the Kobos. If you like throw a knife at them, they'll just drop the knife immediately. And then they have to take the time to spawn another knife. Yeah, this part can be kind of tricky because you got to deal with the floor hazards. They can get in your way pretty often. You're going to be seeing the back throw as my main tool for controlling the groups of enemies. Right there, just keep it simple. Do the 1, 2, 3 over and over if you can. Even if they fall down, they'll just get right back up and get hit by the 1, 2, 3 again. It's pretty foolproof strategy most of the time, as long as you're not surrounded. The cool thing about the floor hazard is that it helps with your combo. It'll keep your combo going because it counts as your hit if they get hit by it. I think I get hit here, I don't remember. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, right there I cancel the 5th hit by just doing the side B, or the side special instead. Excuse me, I'm a Smash Brothers player. I'm going to be referring to some stuff in terms of Smash Brothers because it just kind of fits. You know, you got a neutral air, you got a side air, not necessarily a forward and a back air, and you have a down air. I believe here I'm just gonna take what I can get here. Oh, I do go on to the next part. Let's see if I drop it. I don't remember if I do here. Here we go. I love Diva. I love her outfit. I'm gonna eventually copy this outfit because it's just so fire. I did manage to recently get a half jacket, kind of like the one that you see Future Trunks in Dragon Ball. I've wanted one of those for so long. I finally found one in Lubbock, Texas. But yeah, it's kind of hard to find fashion like that here in Abilene. Everything's so... I don't want to say it's like for normies, but it's definitely like 19,000 points. That's not bad. That's probably one of the big saving graces of this run is that big combo right there, because I don't get very many of those. But yeah, Abilene's just kind of boring. Like, everything here is so boring and plain. You really have to go out of your way to find like alternative stuff. I don't know why he did his anti-air so late there, but like when you do your normal throw, you will pop up into the air and that counts as airborne and your enemies will trigger their anti-air. I was pretty miffed when that happened. So yeah, that's like, I don't actually get too upset in the runs, except for level 7. I get really mad in level 7 because grenades are cool and you can't invincibility your way through them. Had to do air special there. The air special is god tier. Like, it's one of the best specials in the game in my opinion, because you can do it 3 times in a row as long as you hit someone. Like, it used to only be 2, but they buffed it alongside that big patch that made the game harder. Let's see, do I actually get the combo here? I don't think I do. Oh, I do. That's nice. I got 21,000 points off of the last section in this fight. That's really good. Yeah, usually you wanna score at least like 40,000 points. 50,000 is pretty solid, but obviously you can do a lot better because I messed up in the encounters in the very beginning. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite boss fights. It's very simple. It's fun. And the wheat knee that comes out on the hardest difficulty is a little difficult to deal with until you realize, oh, you can just jump up in the air and hit them whenever she's doing the kick spam. The kick flurry, the Chun-Li special, whatever you would like to call it. Speaking of Chun-Li, it'd be kind of fun if a character in this game did like the spinning bird kick or something. Alright, so I messed this beginning part up super hard. This level 2 is pretty scuffed in general, I would say. Like, I don't get a lot done here, which is a shame because this is very much like a score attack kind of level. It's not too hard, although they did update the enemies here to be a little harder to deal with. So yeah, I got anti-aired there, and that was pretty unfortunate. I was just about finished with it. I would have gotten a really good start on a big combo, but all we've got is yellow here going into the next part, so it's basically nothing. I'm pretty sure I get hit here on the blue cops here. And then here's the buffed guys here. So they used to not hit you whenever one of them grabs you, but now they'll beat you up if one of them manages to get a hold of you. So you can't just mash out every time you get grabbed. It's actually something you have to be aware of, worry about. And as fun as it is to have multiple parties fighting on the screen, it does make the game harder because it makes the AI a lot less predictable. Like, you don't know if, excuse me, you don't know if the enemy is going to go after you. Oh my gosh. Is gonna go after you or the guy next to you. That's really important when it comes to specifically the black cops, because they have the taser grab attack. So I believe I got kind of careless here. I get grabbed. Yeah, right there. I think I get grabbed multiple times. I almost like die here because I messed up this fight so bad. Yep, they're beating me up. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do neutral jump in the corner, and yeah, that's what I do here. It works out pretty well in this encounter specifically. I mess up a similar encounter like this in the very end of the game. It's supposed to be very easy, and I end up losing like 70% of my life. The final level in this run is so scuffed. Like, I'm so surprised that I managed to win. Okay, and now we've got our first bonus level, and this bonus level is kind of cool because if you manage to not get hit by these two guys, you can get the full health food that's at the end there and get an extra 1,000 points. It's a little tricky because they spawn really close to you and their attacks kind of lunge. There's the full combo right there. As you can see, does a lot of damage. I say the full combo. I think you can add on to that a little more if you use your specials, but as far as a combo that does a lot of damage and doesn't cost you anything, that's a pretty good go-to for me. One big factor in determining like your ability to combo in the game is being able to implement your strong attack on top of whatever strings you're doing. Yeah, luckily you have a bit of invincibility whenever you break the grab against these green cops, so I didn't get hit there. And I think I messed this one up too. Yeah, he gets behind me and punches me there, right at the very end of the encounter. Thus, I receive no points, and I don't get a good start into the next area, which is pretty decently easy to get a good combo going. And I think this knife here is actually a little more durable than a regular knife, this pixel knife. Now that's strange. I thought that one went down in 3 hits to the baton, but maybe I'm having a Mandela effect thing happen. I saw this crazy theory on TikTok about Mandela effects, having to do with Fruit of the Loom that my girlfriend was showing me, where this guy was like, Fruit of the Loom is trying to hide the fact that they used to have a cornucopia in their logo. This is so that the government could see how much they can get away with hiding the truth from the people and rewriting history. And I'm just thinking, I don't think it's that deep. I don't think Fruit of the Loom cares like that. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I always try to knock a guy down here. It doesn't matter. He puts up his shield anyway, but if you can get the baton out of his hand, it makes it a lot easier to break the shields of the other guys. These guys are not hard to deal with, but you gotta be careful. Otherwise, you might air special into someone's baton attack. That's a situation right there that I'm talking about, where having multiple parties fighting complicates things, because that guy was swinging at a guy that was in front of him that I happened to air special into. I air specialed into it'll wind up to an attack that wasn't even targeted at me. Yeah, that combo, the juggle down air 2 3 times over, is really good even if the enemy dies, because you can regain all of your green health used by doing special moves, so it's pretty nice. See, giving these guys the business, I make sure to walk all the way to the right as I'm killing these guys, that way it makes the next group of enemies appear so I can continue my combo. It's okay, I'll wait. Alright. I love the way tasers work in this game, because the hit stun allows you to hit multiple tasers in a row, or follow up with various combos. Like if you throw the taser, it'll knock them into the air, but they'll first be on the ground. So what you can do is like hit them once, and then they'll continue being knocked into the air, and then you can follow up with something else. It's pretty fun. Yeah, do a little forward momentum aerial attack to get closer to these guys so I can continue my combo seamlessly. Alright, I probably shouldn't have knocked that guy away. Ideally, I would have back thrown into the corner so I can continue killing that guy. I got a little overzealous. It gets a lot harder to keep track of what's going on when you've got multiple people trying to swing at the same time. So yeah, just using neutral specials. You gotta be confident when you use your defensive special, because as you can see, I got a lot of green health to recover, and you do not want to lose all that health all at once. That's really bad. But I gain it back pretty easily. And these guys are being a pain. Their shields regrow really fast, so you have to really concentrate your damage. That guy didn't even have any health. Another guy with 0 health. But yeah, you can usually end up with a blue combo if you can kill all these guys without getting hit. It's not too hard since they're the only guys on screen. Makes it a lot easier. And you can continue the combo pretty easy too, because you have to break down this door to get in, and that helps you keep the meter up. But I think I don't do super hot in this fight, but I don't die, so that's preferable. I really hate dying in the first like 2 or 3 levels, pretty much. It's frustrating. Like at this point in the game, I shouldn't be losing at that point. Alright, yeah, I messed it up by doing that. Had I not tapped him with that down air, I think I would have gotten the combo regardless of getting hit. The combo system is so weird, like if it's about to run out and you get hit, you'll still get the points. But if it's fresh, you won't get the points. It's so strange to me how it works. And I just barely get hit by this guy's triple. So yeah, basically the gimmick of what they did with Mania Plus mode is they made all of the boss fights pretty difficult by adding a secondary dude, like a mini boss that you have to fight on top of the regular boss. Sometimes multiple mini bosses. But it makes the game a lot more interesting, in my opinion, a lot more dynamic, because some of these boss fights are really easy when it's just one-on-one or just like a dude and his minions, but when you have that mini boss there too, things become a lot trickier. I just barely reacted by jumping there. I was probably like a few frames from getting hit. Neat little combo, 793 points. Nice air special. I'm not sure how I feel about using the star move there, but I have plenty to spare at this point, because you don't need to really use them in this level at all. That's one big thing that is going to determine whether or not you do well on this difficulty, is how you use your star specials is extremely important. And you'll see that later, because I use star specials at the wrong times some of these times, and it costs me dearly in some cases. So right now I want to focus on defeating this deputy here for the most points, because even if I don't hit a combo, I'm getting points every time I land attacks and stuff, as you can see on the top. Like every single time I land a hit, that's extra points. It's a few points, but it's still points. And you need those so you can gain extra lives, because you start out with 0 on this difficulty. So your survivability is very much dependent on your performance on top of your ability to survive encounters. See, normally I like to do a neutral jump in order to get a little extra damage as the enemy gets up, because even if they have the armor on, you can still hit them for full damage. But in this case, the Commissioner has a move he does at close range. I actually did a lot better on this fight than I initially thought. For some reason I thought I almost died here, but you know, memory is kind of weird. Alright, for a pretty decent first 2 levels. I wish I had done better on level 2. I could have gotten a lot more points had I not messed up the beginning encounters. Because the beginning encounters give you so much points if you don't mess it up. So this is the first level that's kind of tricky. It's kind of dangerous. This is actually one of those cases where the game is actually a little easier after the update, because they add extra health items. Because before, there's like one apple that you can get, or no, it's not. It's a full health, but you have to go through like a bunch of encounters that are not necessarily easy. And it's very easy to mess up early on and end up losing a life, because you just don't have enough health to get through all of the encounters. Especially since you got big bends that you have to fight, and their flame breath attack does a lot of damage. It's like almost a third of your health, it feels like, on the flame breaths. Yeah, I jumped there, got anti-aired, but I was trying to get away from the barrel was the problem. I was on autopilot on that instance. Get hit by the freaking Galcia dude. That's the most frustrating thing, because like that wind up on when they punch you is kind of hard to catch. Like they're easy to deal with, but they can catch you slipping. They don't do a lot of damage, but they will end your combo. I left the umbrella behind. I kind of forgot that it spawns there now. Missed the barrel. I think I get it here. Get one of the yellow guys. What is his name? Francis? we won't know. I missed the bonus arcade machine there, but it's okay. I'm not super good at that fight anyway, and as you can see, my health isn't super high for the next encounters. Like this one's tricky because you do a amount of damage to these guys, and then reinforcements come up. But I managed to control it pretty well. Get hit by this guy, lose my purple, really unfortunate. Yeah, they're always trying to catch you slipping with that one punch that they do. Yep, do the side special to outrange and invincibility through the pipe attack. And that's the cool thing about weapons, is that they have a really slow wind-up. If they got that range, it's quick damage, a quick knockdown, and you can throw it right after you swing instantly. At least with SOR4 characters. It's a little different whenever you play the retro characters. But honestly, who is playing full runs with the retro characters? Yeah, I probably don't like look like it in the gameplay here, but I'm actually really nervous because I'm trying to get a full combo, and it's a little tricky because there's nowhere to go. But I just barely get the guys as they get up, so they can't anti-air me. Get behind them so I can keep everyone on the same side here. And this is the big point scoring of this particular level for me. I don't do well in the upcoming fight, but that's to be expected. That fight's really hard for me to get good points on. It's not a hard fight, although I think I do almost die here too. I did a second defensive special there because I wasn't sure if the back hit was gonna reach them. I wasn't even reacting, I just kind of spammed it. But that's something you can do with neutral special, is like as long as you've got health, you can just keep doing cartwheels. And hopefully you don't get hit in the very small windows of opportunity that you give whenever you do that move. So yeah, this is tricky because these blonde Galcias don't take they don't stagger whenever you punch them. You have to grab them. It's a real pain. See, like, even when he was about to die as he hit the ground, if he gets whipped again, he gets full health. So it's pretty tricky. You want to use that spike wall to your advantage to deal tons of damage to Nora. Pre-update, if you used your defensive special next to the wall, you would be airborne enough to actually get hit by the spike wall. But they changed that after the update. Big combo. Oh, never mind. I guess I ended it early because I'm worried about the mini-boss spawning, but I forget exactly when that particular mini-boss spawns on this fight. There they are. I believe I kind of messed this one up. I get whipped here. Yeah, I got hit right there. The whip, it's fairly easy to avoid, but it's got a big hitbox attached to it. I tried to jump over it. I should have just sidestepped. I wonder if there's a way to remove this bar here. It's kind of in the way. Probably should have tested that beforehand. Oh, there's a full screen option. That's cool. I didn't really... Oh, here we go. Okay, great. I'm so professional, guys. So yeah, not a great final fight, but it's not really expected to be at this point in my Streets of Rage 4 career. Old Pier is tricky. This is the first level where they introduce the dropkick girls, and these girls are no joke. They're quite tricky, and you have to be pretty preemptive whenever you attack them, because the hitbox on their drop kick is pretty big. So if you like try to react and do it when like do an attack when they're doing the attack, you're gonna get hit. You have to do it beforehand, or you have to have like the perfect angle to hit them first. But I think I do pretty well from like a survivability standpoint on this particular level. Yeah, air special is a godsend against these girls in particular. Yeah, almost had it, but she had that perfect angle to hit me before I could hit her. But that would have been really good points had I survived that one all the way through, because then this part you can just knock everybody into the water. Textbook side special there, and then we use the bat because it has crazy knockback, so you can knock them into the water from all the way downtown. And there, I believe that was a misinput. That was a down air. It was supposed to be a side air. Had I done the side air, it would have hit him before he could anti-air. But yeah, very unfortunate. That was a lot of missed points. But it is what it is. You can only do so much. And on this part, you can actually extend the combo into the next area, but most of the time I just opt to do a neutral kick and knock them all off the screen at once. Yeah, not too bad. You kick them as they spawn in, spawn camp them a little bit, and this encounter becomes really easy. Not that it was ever particularly hard, aside from when these girls come in, but I get the perfect back throw timing to knock the green ones out. Don't even have to deal with them. 3,400 points is not bad for this part. Then we have another bonus level right after this encounter that can be destroyed kind of inadvertently if someone ends up on the in that room up there. They can enter up there by mistake. Like there goes the cop right now into that room, but luckily he steps back out, does not destroy the machine. You need to keep one of these tasers during this encounter so that you can enter the fight. And the main reason why you want to enter the fight, the fight itself is very hard. But the main reason you want to enter the fight is because you heal up to full health after you're done with each bonus level in the game. And you also can't lose your life whenever you do the bonus level, which is nice because these bonus levels are hard, really hard. Like, I die in this one, I miss the next one, and then I die in the last one. Because the last one is the Mr. X fight from Streets of Rage 2, and that's really hard. And it's over. Yeah, that one can be really tricky, but as long as you know like how to manage the groups in each encounter, you'll figure it out. Blaze is just a really good character in general because her attacks have so much range. She's so fast. Great character. Best character. Probably not the best. I think people say that Shiva is the best character in the game currently, but I don't play Shiva. I'm not a huge fan of the characters that can't use weapons, which is mostly, I think it's Shiva and the Doctor something. What is his name? The guy from Streets of Rage 3. You can play him, but anytime you pick up a weapon, it turns into a projectile. Actually, I do pretty decent on this fight compared to how I normally do. I almost kill one of them, but they end up getting me. My biggest strategy for killing those guys is just to trade a star move for another star move. Like, I do a star move, I kill both of them, and then I get one for finishing the fight. That's my big way of killing them. But if you don't kill them with the star move, then you kind of just look a little foolish. Oh, look at that! It's the blitz attack with a weapon in hand. You're never gonna see me actually use it in combat because it's terrible. It's not good. Just throw it. If you need a long range move, just throw it, bro. It's not worth it. You stand there forever, getting ready to swing, and then after you swing, you still have to recover. It's just bad, dude. It's a bad move. Not that every move in a video game has to be good, but that one is just egregiously not good. And if you're using it, you're styling on people. That's my opinion on that. Maybe there's some super advanced strategy I'm not aware of, but it's just not good. Just throw it, bro. Throwing it has more range. It's safer. It's instant. Like, it's just so much better in every way. Like, there's no reason to do the long animation swing, especially when your weapons can break whenever you hit multiple enemies. So like you'll finish the swing and you'll break the weapon, and then some enemies won't get hit by the swing, and then you're stuck with you're stuck in this animation about to get hit because you never hit the guy. It's just a bad time all around. No bueno. Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite boss fights in the game after the update, because these dudes come in to help Estelle, and they just infinitely spawn tasers, and you can do some really goofy stuff whenever you have multiple tasers on the ground. So I'm implementing a noob strategy here where I take all of the bottles lying on the ground at the end of the encounter and I throw them into the last arena just to have more weapons to work with, because the enemies can't use the broken bottles anyway. At least not these particular enemies. Accidentally hit the guy spawning in. Pretty cool. Love to see it. Yeah, stun that guy. See how he pops up into the air? I can throw multiple things at them since they get stunned in that particular way. Follow up with a forward special, basically whatever you want. As you can see, I use an air special there because when you jump up in the air against Estelle, she automatically does an anti-air that's invincible. So I use the air special to keep myself safe. I get to hit her there because she's already in the middle of doing an attack. So that's the way you catch her, by doing a jump attack, is if she's already attacking. Get grabbed here. Taking a lot of damage, but it's not a huge deal. I do mess up this fight quite a bit though, you'll see. Get grabbed again. Luckily these guys, I don't think they do as much damage as the black cops. The trade-off being you can't disarm them permanently because they keep spawning tasers. They just have infinite tasers in their pocket. And then, yeah, as you see right there, I could have picked up more tasers, but I opted to just hit her a little bit. Big taser combo. I even throw in an actual melee taser on top of it. Good back throw. This is a really good opportunity for points if you can survive this particular part of the encounter because of all these blue dudes. Really easy to fight. Do an air special to get away from Estelle. Don't trigger her anti-air. Pick up the health because I used a lot of specials there. And then yeah, just get some taser damage going. Let's see, do I drop this one? No, 3,800 points, not bad. You see, she did an anti-air twice there. I get hit because I don't have enough distance to get past the ring of fire. Yeah, this is the part where I start beefing. It's a little difficult with the command grab guy. Estelle's there. Triple bombs dropping down, ensuring that you can't hit a good combo. Yeah, that anti-air don't do too much damage, but it's hard to deal with. And then I foolishly try to do a neutral special here, and I put myself in a horrible position. Terrible use of my star move, but at least I kill the guy, so I just have Estelle to worry about. But now I'm a little nervous, but I hit her with a taser. You know, start throwing weapons at her, basically. So in some ways, yeah, I have to do it there. I believe the full combo would have killed me. And then luckily, I managed to back throw and win. So that was super close, much closer than I would have preferred, but you know, we get through it. I'm gonna take a little sippy. You know, so far so good. No lives lost, but we're gonna lose our first life here. This whole level it's not the entire level, but there are encounters that are very challenging here. This beginning part, pretty easy, not too bad. The very end of the sewer is pretty challenging, and then the next part right after that is very challenging. Followed by a boss fight that's pretty hard for me at this point in the game. The boss fight itself is annoying. Like, dealing with Barbin is so annoying, and then you have 2 more Barbins that you have to deal with. They're also annoying. But honestly, only losing 1 life on this level is ideal for me at this point. As you can see, you can just stagger punches. Even if they fall over, not a big deal. Just punch them when they get up. But preferably, you want to knock them all down at the same time for maximum control over your situation. Yeah, like all 3 of those guys got knocked down at the same time, so it was very easy for me to just do whatever I wanted to the last guy. Knocked all 4 of them down. Knocked 2 of them down again because I was picking them up as they fell over. I trigger these girls a little early, but it's not a huge deal. Take 2 major slaps after using special moves. Almost die. Get slapped again as I pick up the health, but it's no big deal. This isn't a part of the game where I particularly look to score a huge point, so it's not a huge deal. Just gotta not die. And in the middle of this fight, I realized, oh, I can just throw people at that left side vent and they'll just get hit over and over until they die. Managed to hit Francis in the back here for a combo extension, very nice. I want to keep him on the left side here. Luckily, the guy gets hit by the vent on the other side. Easy peasy. I think I drop combo here because I want to do that. Yeah. So you can knock 2 of the guys into the pit below if you time that kick just right as they're spawning in. But that's more of a survival strategy, as I could have just continued the combo had I not done that. So right after you finish off all the dudes, these dropkick girls spawn, but you can just retreat to the left while doing kicks and group them up on this bridge. It makes it a lot easier because you can just air special through them until they all die. The air special does quite a bit of damage. I picked this girl up. I could have done a back throw there, but I didn't react correctly. But I get the full points anyway. It was a very nice encounter. That was pretty much ideal. And then here's probably the hardest encounter in this part of the sewer part. So here you have a Kobo, and once you hit a damage threshold, the 3 Big Bens will spawn, and that makes things quite tricky because the flame attacks take up a lot of range on the screen. Not to mention the Kobo that throws pipes, does his telekinesis attack while you're trying to fend yourself, or defend yourself rather. But luckily, since you have pipes, you have a range advantage on the Big Bens. You can throw your pipe to prevent them from doing their flame attack, like you just saw there. You know, you gotta play it cool. Use the large arena to your advantage. There's a lot of horizontal space here. Yep, got hit there. Flame attack does so much damage, and since they're all grouped up, I decided to go for the star move. Just get rid of them. Not ideal to do a star move here, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not very good at this boss fight, so I try to save as many as possible, but that's kind of difficult because you could also justify using a star move in the next section. And once we get to the end of this next section, what I like to call it the worst timeline. Like the worst possible way you could do this section is what I end up doing, and you'll see what I mean. So yeah, this part super easy. You just kill a bunch of guys in a weird bathroom. I don't know what's going on with the architecture here. One would assume it's just cut off for the sake of viewability, but I would like to imagine that a whole half of the wall is removed in that bathroom. So this part's tricky. All these girls charge you out at intermittent times, depending on where they're positioned. And that kick is quite bothersome. It's very fast. You gotta always be aware that it's coming if you get in range. That's the thing, is they get close to you with this dash move, even if they don't hit you, and then they're close enough to do the kick. So it's a little tricky sometimes. That was a very nice back throw. Nice side special. So this is what it's all about, is controlling. I could have justified using another side special in that grab to hit all 4 of them, but it works out there. And we get a nice combo out of that situation. Little game pause. You know, checking my phone or doing something. I don't know why I did a back throw there. Big combo time. Never mind, I missed. Yeah, we got the legendary 8-ball. In hindsight, I probably could have left that healing on the floor. Alright, here we go. So we go further to the right, and we summon more guys. And I accidentally do a somersault over to the other side, and I summon the last wave. So I'm fighting all the waves all at the same time. This is the worst timeline. I almost die here, I'm pretty sure. Also, they break the bonus machine, so I don't even get access to the bonus stage, which is really important. Yeah, I accidentally air special through it, because I thought, oh, well, my back is turned towards it, but no, the hitbox is huge, so it destroys the machine as well. So I get no extra star move, no extra points. Really bad situation. Had I had another star move in this fight, I'm pretty sure I would have not died once. Or in this level, I mean. As you can see, I'm pretty hurt. I have to use a star move here because I just used a defensive special and I'm on the brink of death. I get stabbed anyway, so I'm close. Do a somersault off of that person to gain some distance. And I don't pick up the apple because I'm like, where's the full health again? There it is. I get stabbed as soon as I pick up the health, so I would have died without it because I used the defensive special. But now we're at full health, so we're all good. So yeah, it's a bad time, this fight, and I get wall bounced twice. So if you didn't know, when you get air comboed in this game, the damage scaling is significantly reduced. But when you get wall bounced, the wall bounce damage is not scaled, so you'll still take a decent amount if you get wall bounced. And some enemies are really good at wall bouncing you, like Barbin, for instance. And I think I killed Carmel with that fire there, which is pretty good. The fire flask is really good, but I like taking the 8-ball into the final fight too because it just does so much damage. Either one is really good, honestly. And the fight is over. No bonus stage. Very unfortunate. Only 1 star move. Although you do find another one in the final fight, it's still not a great situation to be in. Fun fact: I still haven't unlocked the kangaroo because you have to play through all the survival with every character and unlock all of their special moves, and I just haven't done it yet. Survival's very fun, but it is kind of repetitive and, dare I say, unfair after a certain point. Part of me wishes they designed the survival mode differently, but I also don't know like what they would have done aside from what they did. But a survival mode critique is for a different video, I would say. I wonder if anyone's done that. I assume somebody out there has done a survival mode critique. Like that one Streets of Rage 2 Pro, I'm pretty sure it said something about it. So I've already taken a ton of damage on this fight. I'm not good at this fight. Barbin is very hard for me to deal with, because his lunging punch has crazy range. I don't know how to deal with it. Most of the time, I just catch him slipping after the double and quadruple kick move that he does. Yeah, anti-air at close range. He does the anti-air when you're in the air and also at close range. So you can't even air jump him, really. So that's one of Blaze's like huge advantages, is her aerial jump move is so strong. It has so much distance. This was a pretty poor use of the star move, but I also used it so that I can gain access to that health without any drama. I get some good damage on this guy at least. I think he's almost, yeah, Vulture's almost dead. Yeah, I'm getting kind of whooped. I'm not even gonna lie. I only have one more healing item left, and it's in the bottom right corner in one of those motorcycles. So I still have to fight another biker girl if I want to gain that health. But I always try to destroy as many of the bikes as possible as early as possible. Yep, get hit there, lose all of my health to the neutral special. Because I tried to be aggressive to gain it all back, but he used his panic anti-air move at close range. And I broke the wrong bike because I thought that was the one that contained the health, but there it is. That's just inexperience right there, not knowing which one gives you the apple. Yeah, not only is the fight itself hard, but these girls can be hard to deal with because of the range on their attacks. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble there. I have to use in order to preserve my life, and that's the last star move. And I still have to deal with the other mini boss Barbin. So this is like guaranteed death, basically. Yep, and there it is. And I almost die again here, but luckily I don't. And I get hit again there because they both did their kicks at different times. Lining up the A-ball, hit him with the A-ball. That was huge. Had I not hit him with the A-ball, I probably would have lost another life. Got him with a nice combo in the middle of his wind-up animation. He's like, I don't care, I have super armor, I'm gonna punch you. But that thing right there, the motorcycle thing, the weapon, does a lot of damage. I guess it's an engine attached to a handlebar is what it looks like. Nice little combo. Boom, bam, strong attack, and then throw the pipe. Bada bing, bada boom. I lost one life, but it worked out. So this next level is kind of interesting because the entire level is pretty easy except for the final part. When you go into the dojo, that's like the only hard part is the final encounters in the dojo. And even then, it's like the last two encounters. The final encounter before the boss and the boss itself is like really hard, and then the rest of the game is pretty easy. Yeah, these guys are super easy to deal with when they're by themselves. You can just neutral kick over and over and eventually kill them all. As you saw there, you can catch weapons in the air, but there's no animation when you catch the weapons in the air, so it's kind of weird. But it is something you can do. Yeah, everything's going good. I think I get hit by the next guy who spawns in. No, I just get hit right there. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think I lost a little bit of confidence when I got hit there, and I got hit again as a result. But it's all good, it happens. Thought I was far enough to avoid the jumping kicks from the spawning enemies, but I wasn't. They go real far. Risky situation because I used the defensive special, but I land 2 grabs, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, fun fact, these are like one of the few people in the game that actually block, so it makes them tricky in a much different way. This is one of those noob killer types of enemies where it's like, how do I deal with this guy? This guy does a jumping kick from a million miles away and hits me. It's very frustrating when you're starting out, but you can get the hang of it, and as with everything, you can manipulate the AI to do your bidding. It's like, you know when they're gonna attack at what ranges, you know when they start blocking. It's like chance-based, I think, when they block, because it's like, I think when you're just in close range, they have a chance to either do their kick attack or just block. And the enemies don't do too good when it comes to small enclosed spaces in the corner like that. That's why the Raven just let me beat that guy up for free. And I have an opportunity to increase the combo there, but I jump in the doorway, and you're not supposed to jump in the doorway because you get your head stuck and you can't go through. That's why I didn't grab the apple in time to continue the combo. The meat cleavers are interesting because they actually have a wind up when you go to throw them, but if you jump up in the air, you can throw them instantly. So very nice little tip to know about. Yeah, unfortunate getting hit there, but this part is not very hard. It's just a score attack essentially. Make a lot of points here if you're good. I have to use special there because I didn't have the positioning to avoid that. Show's over. What they cooking in here? They got squid on the table and stuff. I don't know how I didn't get hit there. I did get hit there after all of that. Yeah, I pretty much almost always do the jumping version of throwing the meat cleaver, just because it's fun, for one. It feels really good. With enough practice, I can probably just do a neutral jump and throw it instead of jumping forward every time, but jumping forward makes it really easy to do for me. But this is like the only level where the meat cleaver is a active weapon, so it really doesn't matter if I practice it or not, because it's not a necessary skill to have, really. You could argue maybe it's good for that big final encounter that I'm talking about. It's so hard, dude. It's harder than the actual boss fight, to be honest. Shiva's kind of a pushover compared to some of these other bosses, in my opinion. But they made it a lot harder by including these karate guys. Ooh, spoilers, that haven't showed up yet. Take this strong attack combo in the corner. We got these guys, but we're just gonna hang out up here because, like I said, they're not too good at navigating up here, so I can just beat these guys up for free. That was kind of weird, but luckily I didn't get hit for it. I think the way the blocking works, I'm still not sure entirely how it works, but every time you hit them while they're blocking, it like has a timer that resets to where they unblock, so as long as you just keep hitting them, it's fine. But I could be wrong about that. I'm not a master gamer or nothing. Why you laughing? You know what I mean? Like, why you laughing, bro? I miss like one of the easiest bonuses in the game right here. It's really unfortunate. I was just too caught up in beating these guys up that I forgot to go hit it. So yeah, I just did it on reaction. I did the blitz on reaction to me throwing him without remembering, oh, he has no health. I need to hit the arcade machine. But it's whatever. I miss out on a star move there. But I probably would have been able to save a life had I actually gotten the star, but it's all good. So yeah, I like to beat up the first few guys before I pick up the glaive, the Naginata. Because, yeah. I actually don't know why I do it, because you have 2 more that spawn in, and you can't destroy them all in time before these Galcias get their hands on them. Big back throw. I actually wait for him to turn around there so I can back throw him. And that was perfect. That was very good. And now I have a full health Naginata to bring into the next room, which I'm going to definitely need. Oh, there's the blitz attack again. Yeah, you're only gonna see it whenever I'm transitioning between levels. Sorry. And I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I never bring this sword into the next area. I might as well just use and abuse it because it's actually really fast and it pops them up in the air so you can hit them multiple times. It does a lot of damage too, but it breaks pretty fast, pretty quickly as well. Pretty risky forward throw I did there, and I pay for it. Big back throw. Hit him with the pipe. Oof. Cleaver doesn't even manage to get through everyone before breaking. See right there, I probably should just throw it. I think the Donovans have a faster wind up than I do when it comes to using the weapons. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm like pressing it at the same time, but they hit me first. Immediately throw that to get the health, and that's like the only good thing I do in this fight, because I get whooped. So this fight's really tricky, because when you kill one of these blue guys, then all these green guys come out, and they infinitely respawn until you kill the pheasants, the red guys. The red guys are kind of hard to track down. They move sporadically, and they jump all the way across the screen when they do their jumping knee, and you can get comboed with their kicks like that while standing. And since you're standing and not knocked down, you take full damage when that happens. So it's a bad time. So yeah, I'm probably gonna die here. Well, I do die here. I know how this goes because I played through it like a few days ago. Probably should have used the star move much earlier. Yeah, mess up right there. Probably a preventable death had I played a little better, but it's all good. There we go. But yeah, that's the hardest encounter. Not the actual boss fight, but that right there. So yeah, this is one of these characters that automatically gets up whenever you get a knockdown, unless you grab and throw them. Although there is a trick where if you hit them just as they're about to hit the ground, they will not recover. And I used that like once or twice in this fight. So this special move that he does is really tricky when you first start playing, but after a while you start to understand like how to avoid the lunge, how to position yourself appropriately. This can get really overwhelming really quickly depending on how things go. If you do too much damage to Shiva, he starts doing double clone, and you really don't want that. So you want to focus on these karate dudes first. But luckily, these guys don't block like the white karate guys do, or the red ones even. But those appear 3 levels from now. So yeah, the black karate guy can do a lot of damage if he hits you with that double rapid punch move. But luckily, I don't get hit at all by these guys. And the rest of the fight is pretty cake. Pretty easy. This is very easy fight once you get rid of the karate dudes. It just has the potential to be really overwhelming. Like, you can even attack Shiva in the middle of him summoning clones if you know what you're doing. Like, I messed up a little bit there. Had I done a back throw, I probably would have not gotten hit there. Pretty unnecessary star move, but I was just thinking, I don't want him to even have a chance to kill me in this part, because I already lost a life in the last area. But yeah, that's a loss of an extra 500 points because I used that star there, but it's whatever, bro. It's 500 points. Excuse me while I readjust. Alright, so this part is not great because this is the first time I tried out these new video settings for a better picture quality, and I dropped frames here, and it shows. It affects my gameplay quite significantly, unfortunately, but I only die once here to the final boss, and just barely at that. Let's see. Oh, I remember. So right here, I stop the recording here. So I think, oh, maybe if I reset my recording, I can like prevent the frame drops from happening, but that's not really the case. Yeah, so far so good. You can score a lot of points there because it's just a bunch of blue dudes right here. You want to immediately kick these dudes with the pipe as they spawn in because they're dangerous. The most dangerous part of the encounter is definitely the pipe bros. I'm calling these guys all kinds of different names. The black people. I mean, the final tier of these guys are like yellow. They're like Simpson people. Yeah, they just get more yellow as the tiers go up. Like you got these other green pants guys who are like, man, my liver is feeling kind of bad this time of year, so that's why my skin is yellow. And we're just gonna air special right back out of there because that's a dangerous spot to be in. Just use a lot of specials. Just crowd control all of it. Not trying to deal with none of this. So unfortunately, even if I want this combo to drop, when the enemies hit each other, it keeps the combo going. So I gotta be really careful not to lose all these points. I don't remember if I actually get these points. I think I do. Maybe I'll mess it up at the last second here. Looks like I don't mess it up. Excellent. Yeah, it seems like I'm dropping frames when the train starts moving again. But I had a similar issue, like, when I initially start up the game and I choose Skytrain immediately, because there was a while where I was just practicing this level, it'll have frame drops for like a second whenever the game initially boots up. But after that, it's fine. But it's a little different since I'm also recording on top of this. This is probably one of my favorite levels from a visual perspective, just like the music and the aesthetic. Even though the idea of fighting on a train is kind of silly because you would just fly off. Does anyone remember that Wolverine movie where Wolverine's fighting the dude on the train and like the physics are like super wonky? It was a fun time. So that combo doesn't actually work against Estelle. I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I think I can only hit 2 loops on this particular character because she's kind of big and she falls a little differently. Really tall character. So yeah, at first glance, this looks really tricky because these glaive guys do a lot of damage, but I tried to pick up the grenade there, but it was behind the containers. All you have to do is send a grenade back, and then boom, their shield is gone, and then you can take their broken weapon and use it against them. See, the Ralphie is already almost dead. So right there, I use a neutral special, but I didn't see the grenade that Estelle dropped. You can't invincibility through grenades, and I lose a life here. I was mad. I was very upset. Because as you can see, I have two health items right there I could have used, but I don't get the opportunity to do that. I lose a life on one of the easiest levels in the game. There's little mistakes like that that need to be cleaned up to achieve that A rank. One thing though, I am being for real this time. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a no-hit run unless I just no life this game. Like, if maybe 3 years from now, I'm playing this game casually, I'll get to the skill level to be able to do that. But that's some tricky stuff right there. No doubt about it. But yeah, you can kind of whoop them after you can pick up the spears, as you can see here. And that's what I love about this difficulty, is it totally changes the dynamic of these fights by introducing new elements, new enemies, different weapons, that sort of thing. Like, you can't do that taser thing on level 4 unless you're on Mania Plus, and you have to deal with those guys. Sorry about that. Alright. The last third of the game, probably the easiest level in the last third of the game right here. There's one encounter that's really hard, and that's it. The final boss, I mean, not the final boss. The boss at the end of this level is not too bad, and it's really fun. Yeah, these girls are kind of silly because they constantly run into their own hazards that they create. Look at the back throw. It's so good. And I get punched and I lose all of it. Look at that, she just took out 3 people, including herself. It's kind of silly. I could have kept the combo going, but I was like, I'll just catch it. I'm gonna show off that I can catch it. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to do the thing that's fun and not necessarily optimal. Like Minecraft, for instance. I'll probably never become a Minecraft speedrunner because that does not look fun to me. Like the new strategies they have are crazy, but I don't have a lot of interest in doing that. There was one point where they were implementing this strategy where you just pause the game constantly because the run was using the in-game timer. Silly point in that game's history for sure. I'm so excited to speedrun Streets of Rage 2. I mean Streets of Rogue 2. So excited. If I don't get a pre-alpha copy, I'm coming to your house, developer. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, that was actually the hardest part. I talked over it, but basically what you have to do is just stay moving, and these girls with the green goop bottles will kill everything for you, basically. There's actually plenty of health here too, but you can get caught up by all these green Muay Thai guys, because as you saw, there was a ton of them. But yeah, that's basically the hardest that this level gets, which is it's not that difficult once you understand what to do. That's this entire game in a nutshell. It's hard until it isn't. And some parts are just still hard though, because this game's hard. Why'd she say Ganon though? Ganon's not even in this game. Maybe they're saying something in French. Not really a whole lot to say here. A bunch of girls throwing grenades. I love the little sounds that these characters make when they do stuff. I didn't mention this before, but they added a new death sound for the dropkick girls when they drop the Mania Plus update. So they go ah when they die, and it's like my favorite thing. I don't know why. It's just funny to me. It's so over the top. So I actually managed to hit the fire bottle girl when she spawned in, and he created this huge chain reaction. You love to see it. Not a bad combo for that particular encounter. It's kind of weird to get good combo out here because of constantly having to avoid hazards and grenades and stuff, on top of getting grabbed by the red cops that only spawn in this one level. There's a lot of enemies like that only show up once. So in order to practice, you have to just play that one level. Which is unfortunate because one major frustration that made me think I was never going to beat this game on this difficulty is the fact that there's not a encounter selector in the game. There's only a level select. So if you want to practice that one part that's really tricky, you got to play through the whole level up to that one part. That's what made level 6 so annoying, because that one part with the tons of Muay Thai guys in the Ring of Fire is only accessible after you play the level for 10 minutes to get to that point. So I completely scuff this fight. I almost lose like all my health to these guys, because they uppercut quicker than the regular Donovans. I've never actually done this entire encounter on this difficulty, fun fact. Because if the Shiva doesn't get you, then Mr. X coming out will. And also they made this fight even harder in Mania Plus by adding the Mr. X boss from the third game as well, the Mr. Mechanical guy. but we don't get to see him because I'm bad at the game. Speaking of being bad at the game, I scuff this this boss fight too, because you can make a lot of points here, but I don't end up doing that. I just love this character design so much. Aside from heels, I don't see myself wearing heels as a 6'3" dude. Like, I don't think I can find shoes in my size anyway. I wear size 14s. I'm a big guy. There's Diva. Now this brings into question canon events that happen in the story, because Diva like gets arrested by the police after the first level, but here she is. So I mean, the police are corrupt, so you know. Also, there was like a whole jailbreak that happened in the second level, so you could easily argue that Diva reunites with her clone sisters to fight you here. Rika is so annoying. She keeps putting down these fire rings that you can't do anything about, and you just gotta sit there and wait. All zoner looking. Alright, and that's stage 8. One of the easiest levels to do in the game. Maybe one day I'll do a stage tier list and explain like all of the difficulties of the levels. This level is kind of hard. This level is really hard throughout, pretty much. Let's see, I think, oh, I don't actually lose a life through this entire level except for the boss, which is like the one place where you're not supposed to lose a life, but I got cocky, and that's pretty much why I lost there, is because I was super overconfident, like, oh, I got this, this is easy, Max is one of the easiest bosses in the game, blah blah blah, and then I lose a life. I wouldn't say he's one of the easiest bosses, but there's definitely a method to the madness that you can abuse. You just have to not get grabbed by him, because that does so much damage if you get grabbed. So yeah, this is the only level with a slidey floor as well. So that's another thing that becomes tricky, is that when these guys do their jump kick, they slide across the floor afterwards, so it becomes a lot harder to attack them unless you can anticipate that. And then they slide into your loving embrace once you get the hang of it. Foolish mistake there. These guys do a counterattack headbutt if you're close to them doing attacks like this, so I just didn't punch him quick enough to prevent that from happening. Not a bad sequence, all things considered. you can end up losing a lot of health here because there's so many Muay Thai guys you have to deal with in this particular encounter. And these guys do not do a low amount of damage when they hit you. I tell you what. That hurts. Yeah, sometimes it's just better to take the damage rather than trying to defensive special your way out, and then you take a ton of damage anyway, probably more so than you would have took had you just gotten hit. Got pretty lucky there that that guy kicked when he did. Had he been a little sooner, or a little later, I would have gotten hit there. But going into this next encounter with full health, ideal. You definitely want as much health as possible. This part is hard. Arguably hardest part in the level, potentially. No, I would say this is the hardest part for sure. And I get hit immediately twice at the very beginning without doing any damage. But yeah, lots of back throws help here. The back throw is just the crowd control weapon. Like, look how nicely they were grouped up before I got countered. They're still pretty grouped up, as a matter of fact. They're all in the corner here. This is what you want, basically. Once you start getting surrounded by these guys, it's a bad time. Yeah, you want to keep them surrounded. I mean, keep them on the right side, because that's where everyone spawns from on this part. Except for, well, you'll see. When the white karate guys come out, I think one Muay Thai guy spawns on the left here. And we're just going to continue punching, because you get free hits whenever the karate guys initially spawn in. Oh yeah, so it's 2 Muay Thai guys from the left, and then like another one from the right that comes in later. Oof. Did not react in time. Get double punched for my trouble. Yeah. It's always better to just use the star move rather than lose your life. But not a bad encounter overall. I even managed to get some good points out of it thanks to using the star move there. So this is probably the easiest bonus arcade in the game. Also, I love the music here because like the music's like, oh my god, they have guns. This game's soundtrack is so good. I would not be playing this game as much as I do if it didn't have a good soundtrack, let me tell you. Here we go. We got the big boy. All he does is this stupid attack. It's kind of funny. Bongo. So the trick is you have to catch him. He's very fast and you have to catch him before he starts doing the flame attack. And I feel like the amount of times he does the attack is random. Sometimes he does it 3, sometimes he does it 4. Caught him. And I'll let him get away here. Could have been really good points, but I let him get away. But yeah, he kind of a goofball. This is all he does. And I just let him go by mistake. I think I meant to do a down air there or something to like switch sides. Maybe back throw into the corner. But it's okay, he's deceased now. That's one thing about the lore is, are we killing people here? Like, we're just murdering people, right? Like, these people get in our way and we're trying to save the city, so we gotta kill them. I mean, we're definitely killing people on this part because we're throwing them out of an elevator window. So this part's kind of funny because you're never gonna believe what the strategy is. It's doing back throw. That's pretty much it. You just do the back throw because the animation lasts forever, and if they try to shoot at you, they'll just die, or they won't be able to hit you. Kick these guys out the window. More reinforcements want to kick these guys out the window too if you can. but it got a little complicated, but we live in. We got that big score racking up right now. Break this window with these guys. Yeah. The windows being open is dangerous, but you do need them open because it's so much easier than trying to whittle these guys down, especially these karate dudes. Even if you take a ton of damage, it doesn't matter because you're throwing them all out the window. And we got some big points. Double punch into the window is not great, but it's whatever. Right there, we let him break the grab so that he flies out the window. We don't get any points for that, but he dies, so that's the only thing that really matters here. Plus, doing grab break is not bad because, like I mentioned before, you're invincible until you hit the ground after grab break. Ouch. That was pretty good up until that point. Time for the big guys. I missed the throw there, trying to be cheeky. And then we get a reinforcement right after we kill this big Ben. Bada bing, bada boom. Back throw for the win. Maybe I should start calling it the what is it? The Hell Wheel? The Ken throw. I believe it's called Hell Wheel. So I start dropping frames on this part, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Like, what is going on here visually that's making me drop frames? But I assume maybe it's like some kind of memory overload that's just happening because I've been recording for like a couple hours up until this point in the game. You know, this is why you need to test your settings before you go out and record stuff. Because I don't know about you guys, I assume this happens to everybody, but when you're playing a game and your frames drop, it completely takes you out of the zone and your focus is gone when you start dropping frames. Like, your immersion kind of suffers a bit, and not to say that immersion is like important, but you do need to be in the zone to play well in video games. I love on this stage you have these two girls who are just drunk, like, yeah, killer. Like, what are they doing? Not to mention Childish Gambino's right next to them, just chilling. I don't know what's happening whenever the enemy gets knocked out of your hands when you're doing the back throw. Like, does that make you vulnerable again? I can't tell. I think my visual cue is just off because there's no one there, if that makes sense. So I die here because I'm overzealous and I wasn't taking this very seriously. But, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, Max gets like thrown away. I do a panic second star move for some reason. See, like right there, I miss the visual cue to where I'm no longer invincible because the dude's just not in my hands anymore. So that's something I'll have to watch out for. And after this, it's just super easy fight because he has no friends. Big combo. Let's go. Oof. Oops. All right. Concert. Concert is super fun. I love this level so much. It's really hard though. So we get the full liver failure dudes here, the Guttons. These guys are tricky because they can catch weapons when you throw them, and they throw weapons too. So if they pick up a knife and they throw it at you, you're losing half of your health bar. So that's something you need to watch out for. So right here, if you land the jumping kick just perfectly, you can hit all of these dudes at the same time. I didn't do it here, but I'm still controlling them quite well here. Nice little dodge. Nice crowd control. Almost have a good combo going. Dodge the knife. Get hit by the bat. Didn't get hit by the knife though, luckily. So, fun fact with these guys, they don't swing the knife, they only throw it. So that's something you can utilize to your advantage. You can catch it too, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't try. Because you messed that up. That's the risk versus reward is quite skewed. So right here, we just want to hang out on the far left wall so we can knock all of these dudes into the pit below. Yeah, you get pretty good points here just from this Muay Thai guy encounter at the very beginning. Not too hard. Thanks to the pit. Alright, so this fight's weird because you want to position yourself to where you're not right in front of this Donovan, because he will uppercut you as soon as the fight starts back up, whenever the cutscene is finished. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. And the problem with this guy, the Z uppercutting you, is that he's got armor when he does it, so you can't interrupt him, unlike the other guys. This guy's the real deal. So yeah, you don't have the damage potential if you just punch them, but what you do have is damage that happens very quickly. Like doing the swing right into the throw does a lot of damage, and it takes like no time to do, so you don't have to do this long combo. That was a weird combo. Why am I going so hard on this Margaret? That was so unnecessary. Check my phone or something, I guess. Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh no, not Galcia's. I guess I'll just jump. It's kind of funny. I carry the grenade all the way here, and then I'm just like, you know what? I don't need it. I just leave it. This fight's kind of funny because Anri, for some reason, doesn't do his roll attack like at all. He just never gets the opportunity to, for some reason. Like, he could have done it here, but he decides to laugh instead. Yeah, he's just laughing while his friends die. It's all good. He didn't like those guys anyway, I guess. Alright, so this is big points time right here, because all you have to do is keep that racquetball swinging, and you get big boy points. This is like the most free opportunity for points in the entire game, probably. Like, even that I just messed up the encounter and I don't get full combo for it, I'm still gonna get a ton of points here. You just gotta keep that ball swinging. And luckily, the Galcias only spawn on your left. You don't have to deal with any kind of Donovan nonsense on the left side at all. You just have to make sure they don't come over the Wrecking Ball border. You also have to be careful with the back throw because you can position yourself to get smacked by the Wrecking Ball. But yeah, it's pretty free, dude. It's pretty free, and I just got 13,000 points for that, and I didn't even do the entire encounter. So I pick up the full health there for the 1,000 points because I'm just being totally mindless about it, and I'm pretty sure it costs me the life here. So I end up losing a life in this part. Souther. Oh, my favorite Pokemon is Scyther looking. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that they spawn on that side during that part. I got a ton of damage by getting hit by that brick. For some reason, the bricks do a lot of damage with the telekinesis attack. Yeah, I got hit by a sledgehammer with the telekinesis attack. It's a bad time. So I feel like with this particular encounter, it goes one of two ways. It's either, when is this gonna end? Or, oh my god, it's already over? I feel like there's no in between whenever I do this fight. Alright, 4 stars. Which you're gonna need, because this fight is annoying. I hate it so much. It's my least favorite boss fight in the entire game. It's not even that hard, it's just annoying. Ugh. DJ Kawashi, kind of a pushover by himself. He ain't nothing to write home about. Kind of just whoop him up a little bit. Weird combo, but whatever. It works. And then we got this guy, DJ Kazushi. He does this annoying flurry barrage attack, and then you got the R signals that do boosted damage, and they're really slippery. And then when you kill the red signals, the dude with the gun shows up. It's just every annoying enemy all at once. It's so garbage. I got hit by the red attack. That's the one attack you don't want to get hit by with DJ Kawashi, is the red. I'm just flailing every time I do this fight, because there's just too much going on. Just projectiles that do no damage. I luckily get completely whiffed right there. Don't get to finish the combo because the red signal throws me away. I mean, red does mean stop. There we go. Now Gunbro comes out, but luckily I killed all those red signals at the same time, so I just have to kill him. And he has no health, because he's just one of the regular ones. And now I can finally kill this guy by himself. Luckily he doesn't really have that much health. But I would argue that this one is harder than the other guy that shows up, because he does a yellow attack, and the yellow attack is way easier to dodge than the blue flurry attack that travels all over the screen, really hard to avoid on top of everything else. So yeah, yellow attack, not a huge deal. There he is. Arguably, you could probably just target Keiwashi and end the fight really quick. That's probably what I'll do in future runs. But luckily I kept the sledgehammer, so it makes things a little easier. Big ouch. You gotta love when the signals throw you into an unavoidable attack. I took a lot of damage there. Do a little hop because I was like, oh my god, the yellow attack is right underneath me. I think that saved me because you get like a small window to jump right after you do that. It's a rough fight, man. It really is. Just obnoxious all around. Right here, I'm like, it's time to end this, and I just don't even worry about the other guy. Which is what I should have done from the get-go. I could have ended this fight like 2 minutes ago had I just burned every star move, killing Keiwashi instead of worrying about Red Bro. But a part of me is like, if I kill the boss early, then I don't get all the points from defeating everyone else, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So this part, it helps a lot if you know exactly where the enemies are spawning, because you can just immediately knock them off the cliff. Huge drop there, very unfortunate. Another huge drop. Yeah, this was pretty risky gameplay right here. But whatever, there's 2 health drops here. Yeah, you can get a lot of points on this encounter if done correctly. I did not. Next time though. Foolish decision right there leads to huge damage for myself. So it's all good. I still have an apple here. This part's really generous with the health, so you don't really have to worry too much. I would argue that this entire level's not like crazy difficult compared to some of other parts of the game. Although I do struggle quite a bit when we get into the airplane. I used to struggle a lot, but I got a lot better at it. But I'm a little out of practice, as I mentioned before, so I do struggle quite a bit. But of course, as with every encounter involving these girls, they just kind of kill themselves and everyone else around them. It's pretty great. Just trying to be patient here, not take too much damage. Someone's shield just broke. So yeah, this is generally how you want to do this, because these guys don't have shields, so you can just target them individually and then not have to worry about it. Damn. That was just silly. I just did not throw in time at all. Took a lot of damage. Ooh, you like that? That was kind of sick. I mean, it was pretty standard, but it looked cool to me. So fun fact about using weapons against these shield guys, if they're not winding up for an attack, you can keep your weapon durability. So you can basically block string these guys without any cost to your weapon's durability if you do it right. Oops. Should have somersaulted away. So when that platform falls through, you actually don't get any points unless you're the guy who like throws them off. If they just fall off when that platform goes, you get nothing. And that is unfortunately what happened there. I got nothing for all 5 of those guys falling off at the same time. This is the way. Until you get shot and lose 30%, but it's all good. And now we're in a lot of trouble. It was an interesting time to use a star move, but I was scared. I could have just let the grenade blow up. Like, jump away, I think. I think I had enough time to jump away, but I was scared. I didn't want to lose a life here. That's why I immediately pick up this full health here. I'm just not even going to risk it. Got a really good combo off of him, though, in that corner. Could have killed him with the throw, but I thought it was safer to just jump out of there, and it probably was. Did it again there. You know, there's no time limit, unlike some other games, so you can be careful like that. And he's taken care of. Now we can just worry about these guys. Yeah, right there, he didn't have a chance to wind up, so I got to use the taser for free there. You can also control how the enemies move if they have weapons they like to go for. Like, these guys will pick up their tasers, so they'll just make a beeline, like you just saw there with those guys. And you can abuse that. Same thing with the black cops. It's most useful with those guys because they're a pain. That grab attack is no joke. And foolish combo drop right there, but it is what it is. It's not the first one that's happened in this run. nice airplane. Very spacious. This thing must be massive. So yeah, you can't do a neutral jump on these guys because as soon as they get up, they do this hop that's totally invincible and repositions them. Even there, I actually managed to hit her, but she has super armor when she gets up and manages to slap me. So I learned something new on this run. I didn't realize you can just throw something at one of the three whip girls and just fight one-on-one. So that's gonna help whenever I do more score attack based runs for a higher rank. But they die super easily when they're on their own here. But I still drop it here because I'm bad at the game. I'm not bad, but I'm not the best. There are some crazy players out there that have existed for a long time. People who know how to do infinites. Not that infinites are very important in my opinion because you're fighting a ton of enemies all at once. You're never gonna have the chance to do just casual infinites all the time. It's more about crowd control, knocking dudes down and stuff. Yeah, this boss fight's not too hard, especially on lower difficulties, because when you're one-on-one with him, you can just bully him. It's kind of a pushover by himself. Definitely needs Miss Y to be of any threat, really. But since you have the other guys that come in, it becomes a little more tricky than that. Yeah, that hurt, taking those two shots right there. Big ouch. I tried to air special out, and you can't invincible against projectile. I mean, explosives. So I just take a bunch of damage for free there. I'm just like not paying attention very much in this particular fight. I must be the decision fatigue for playing for 2 hours straight must be setting in. Also, do any of you actually like do that thing that's recommended where you take a break like after an hour of playing? I don't think any person on the planet actually does that who actively plays video games. Maybe older people do it. You know, we got some gamers in that 50+ community. That's how my grandparents used to be. That's why I'm so into video games. Well, that and my mother put video games in front of me at a very young age, so it was inevitable that I became a master gamer. I think that's the last reinforcements this guy gets, so the rest of the fight's pretty easy. This is what I mean by like you can bully him, is he doesn't really have a lot of attacks that are very intimidating when he's by himself. Like he jumps away and you just follow him and hit him some more. Sometimes you can interrupt him jumping away too. Alright, final level. I got 3 lives. 4 actually. I get a 4th one right here. Or I get one very soon until the next level at 400,000 points. Do you guys think they terraformed this island to look like a Y, or they just managed to find a natural Y formation island? So I managed to beef this part pretty hard because the frames start dropping and I get distracted. That's my excuse anyway. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get stabbed quite a few times here, if I remember correctly. Just not great gaming going on here. Just not paying attention is all that really accounts to. But there's the 4th life, so I only have 4 lives for the rest of this run at this point because it costs too many points to get another one. 50,000 points is what I'd have to get for the next life. I think I'd get pretty close. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I lose 2 lives here. This encounter's really hard. I don't know how to do this one without using a star move. It's really difficult. But it's just one of those encounters that are just kind of really sporadic in how everything is behaving. And so it's hard to develop a solid strategy aside from go after this one or go after these. Maybe the strategy here is to go after the caramels because the biker girls are much easier to hit compared to these dropkick girls. Or maybe the strategy is just to spam aerial special since the dropkick girls naturally get hit by that all the time. They spawn on the left, so you can immediately grab one of the dropkick girls and maybe do a back throw into some of the caramels, and then from there, just constantly do anti-air movement, like doing jumping kicks and then doing aerial specials for those that are out of position for you to hit them properly without getting counter hit. You know, something like that, probably. Yeah, it's a hard encounter, especially since it happens at the very beginning of this fight, this level. This part, in comparison, though, is extremely easy. But the caveat is, if you move too far to the right, you have to deal with these girls on top of everyone else that spawns in at the beginning of this encounter. Or this particular area, I should say. But yeah, I handle this pretty flawlessly. And I even get like a full combo here. Good points. So this part became a lot trickier after the update, because when you got juggled by these guys before the update, you were damage scaled, but they like turned it off for these guys. So if you get popped up in the air by the bullets, you're gonna take full damage, and that adds up very quickly. But I think it was a necessary change, because it was the amount of damage these guys did was kind of pitiful and negligible. It was mostly the Muay Thai guys you have to worry about. Now the entire encounter is dangerous. And just like the other encounter, I don't have a solid strategy because they tend to spread out quite a bit, so it's hard. You just have to react to the dudes jumping on you, I think. Because like after they jump, they land in particular spots, and it's pretty easy to counterattack them afterwards, as you can see. Yeah, so that was pretty horrible. Survive with like no health for the next part. That's like one of the hardest encounters in the game. This part's really hard, the next part's really hard, and the next part is also really hard. It's all really hard. Wait, how many did I do there? 2. Okay, it was just 3. I thought I did 4 there somehow. that shouldn't have been possible. So unfortunately, I don't get to utilize the chandelier because I think a random enemy like knocks it down. But you do need the chandelier to knock down before the next encounter starts. Otherwise, it becomes even more impossible. So it's just inevitable that you're gonna lose a life, especially with how little health I started out with on this particular part. Surprisingly, getting hit by the sword doesn't do a lot of damage. When they throw the sword, you take 1,000,000 damage. Speaking of a sword, there it is. So it's like you have to pay attention to the entire screen because these guys will throw stuff from across the screen. And then Mr. X just got summoned, but we want him to be summoned here because if he gets summoned in the next part, it's not going to be pretty. So there's our star move. We only have one left, one life in the spare. But we're doing pretty good so far here. Dang old Mr. X popping us from off screen. Very cool. Not too much damage if you get hit by like a single bullet though, luckily. There we go. Now it's just him, and we can pick up our free star move from killing him. Here we go. This is it. Big damage. Ooh, bad. That was pretty bad. I got hit by one of the telekinesis maces. Tons of damage. I get a lot of good damage there. Good throw. Good follow-up, but I get hit by a Donovan there. And this is it. Yeah, you just use it immediately right here. Got all of them. Catch the mace from the telekinesis. Very dangerous to do, but you can do it. And just like that, it's over. So I actually handled that one pretty well, all things considered. That's a very hard encounter. But it went pretty well. But now we have no health, no lives. This is it. We gotta run the gauntlet now. At this point, I'm very nervous. I get hit by these shadows quite a few times. Don't like that very much. Like, this part is not even hard. It's just your nerves are so rattled at this point that these guys are just... They test your patience, like no one else. See, like, I just got hit 3 times by the same guy. Not good. That wouldn't have happened had I had a fresh mind. I got hit 2 more times there. Now I'm at apple health, below apple health. So I'm nervous. I'm like, man, I'm really gonna lose this whole run after this point, is what I'm thinking. My friend's playing My Hero Ultra Rumble. That game's probably not super good, but whatever. Enjoy your fandom game. Anime arena game. My favorite one was Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3 when I was growing up. That game is so freaking good. Not the most mechanically in-depth game, but it's very fun. Anyway, yeah, Shadow's beating my ass. But it's okay, we have a little bit of health, not too much lost, and now we have to run the gauntlet for real. This is it. This is the big one. So the big strategy here is really funny. You just let the roller dudes kill everybody. That's literally the strategy, not even joking. Don't even interact. Let the roller dudes kill everybody. That's the pro strat, in my opinion. So, like, the Big Ben already died. He gets swallowed by the rollers. Gormon's dead. Lucky little counter hit right there. I could have taken some damage there. And unfortunately, when these guys roll away, they do damage. So it's really... I take a lot of damage here, like way too much. Makes this unnecessarily stressful for myself. Bam. One last guy. Boom. Big bends. One from the right, two from the left. Not too hard. Big damage. Bada bing. I think I get hit here. So the poorly timed throw leads to me getting hit by flame. I should have used a side special. Almost get hit there, but I slip out. Gourmands. Back throw here. Miss hitting both of them, but it works out. Decent control. Another throw here. Got both of them. He unfortunately rolled out. If I had knocked him down, that would have been a much more preferable situation. Yeah, air special to save myself there. Didn't save myself a second time though. Have to air special again. And I get hit again. So I do terribly on the Gourmand fight, and now I'm like one hit away from death from these dudes rolling. So yeah. This was definitely very nerve-wracking. Air special out, of course. And now we pray to God. We pray to Yahweh and Allah and Confucius? No, that's the dude who made the religion. That's right. I don't even know if Confucianism actually has a god. I think it does. But yeah, this is this is so stressful, dude. I was like, when will they die? I want to hit one of them to check their health bars, but I'm not getting close. There's no way. But yeah, fun fact, it's really hard for them to attack you whenever you stand on the left side. There's one down. And now I just have to wait for the opportunity to actually hit this guy. Like, oh, and we got him! Let's fucking go! Ooh, I cursed. Oops. And next life is in 24,000 points. That's way too high. It's not gonna happen. Even with all the bonuses, it's not gonna happen. So we have to be surgical with this next part. Like, as you can see here, I avoid hitting Miss Y as much as possible until I'm ready. We gotta first break these statues and kill the shadows that hide within. Don't know why they're in there, don't ask me. Not feeling too confident after immediately getting grabbed by Miss Y there, but we're chilling. Yep, just somersault out of there, reposition, get to the other side to destroy the next shadow. And it just breaks immediately because I think she hit it earlier. Don't get grabbed that time. And that shadow goes down way quicker, luckily. And now we can just fight her until the next Miss Y clone appears. There she is. She appears super early in this fight. Yeah, that hurts. That one's down. Now we go back to beating up Miss Y. This fight's really easy when it's just Miss Y. Not so much whenever she got clones. A little trickier. But Miss Y is a trooper because she gets beat to death in this part, and then she goes and gets beat up in the next area too. So she got 2 whole health bars worth of health here. Ouch. Look how much they hop around, like, geez. Also, Miss Whatever does it 3 times as opposed to Miss Y's twice. Makes it even harder. And I think she can also just do it wherever she wants on the screen. I've got to get away. Yeah, that was really nice max damage from that one straight hit we got off the jumping kick. This is why I'll always choose Blaze's default blitz move over her secondary, because that's a cheater move. I don't like the alternate moves. They're just... I mean, Axel kind of needs it, let's be real. His moves kind of suck. His blitz move is terrible. And that's it. And now, time for the final encounter with no lives. This was a struggle. Like, I could not get good damage on these two in this fight for some reason. Like, that's probably the most damage I did on both of them at the same time throughout the whole fight, and that was barely anything. But luckily, after we get them to summon the mech, once we do enough damage to one of them, this fight becomes laughably easy. And you'll see why. We need to save this star move here until the very last bit, because if we use it early, we basically are doomed to fail. And you'll see why once I explain it after we get to that point. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage here, and they barely have taken any damage, so I'm not feeling good at this point in the run. But I'm just trying to play my little gamer heart out. I get shot twice, never good. So yeah, like, I'm already down to my last healing. I try to hop over the gunshots for some reason, like a dumb butt. Nice little back throw. Show's not over. Just getting hit a lot. I'm just like, man, there's no way. I'm so dead. I almost get grabbed from off screen. I didn't even see her flash red. That's one of the most frustrating parts about this game, is sometimes the enemies won't do the red flash before they go to grab you. They'll just speed walk up to you and murder you. I think that happened in level 5 earlier. So yeah, I like doing the down air too sometimes, because you get a small amount of height and you can do a little reposition with it. It's useful on niche occasions. Excuse me. So I finally managed to get into some kind of groove and just deal damage without getting hit too much. Mr. Y has almost hit that threshold. There we go. Alright, now here is the quote-unquote easy part. you know, given you actually have the star move. If you don't have the star move, this is probably like impossible. Here they come. So these dudes show up in Mania Plus, and you can't knock them down or anything except with the star move. So that's exactly what I do. And then I pick up their broken swords to assist me in destroying everything. So yeah, the poison effect just manages to absolutely wipe the floor with the green dude. Now I just have to worry about red guy here. And now we're in the clear. And we just swing until we win the game now. And that's how you do it. And that's how you get a B rank in Streets of Rage 4. Now, this took me a long time to do. I currently am sitting at about 430 hours of playtime according to Steam. So that probably translates to more like 400 to 380 hours, depending on how long I left this game running without me playing it. But yeah. This, I'm really proud of this accomplishment. This just harkens back to that idea of human perseverance. Everything is achievable through you know, practice and dedication. You just like consistent practice breeds consistency and quality is what I've gathered through this experience, and yeah, I look forward to doing more cool gamer stuff. I can't wait for Streets of Rogue 2 to come out. I'm going to get A rank in this game, and I'm going to do live commentary this time instead of post commentary, because I think doing the commentary live will add a little bit of extra difficulty, because you are splitting your mind into different focuses essentially. But yeah, this is a really good game, I gotta say. But yeah, that's the run. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. And yeah, more videos coming out eventually.